Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Games bi-weekly live stream. Sorry, um, sound quality won't be as great. I have my AirPods and nothing else. Great for you to join me. Welcome, hey, if you're joining after we record this, it's great to have you, or if you're on the podcast, also great. Um, not a whole lot going on. The past couple weeks we've been hard at work on development, and as always, if you have any questions, feel free to sound off in the comment section. Just recently sent out a March 2022 update about kind of our three active projects at the moment. First being Stars of Aquarius. Oh, hey, Paul from Gaming Rules. Hey guys, if you haven't checked out Gaming Rules, a little bit of a shout out. Go check out Paul's stuff there. I think he live streams quite a bit. Paul, maybe that's that's not right. Um, yeah. So Stars of Icarus. Oh my gosh, team, we are so close. Jonathan, I know you just want your game. Let me actually. Sorry, I don't even know if there's something in here. No, this is mostly empty. Um, I've gotten like 30. This is actually funny. It has some. there's some Warhammer Age of Sigmar stuff in here. It was very funny. But yeah, it is a full size box. I have a lot of these boxes. What was the issue with this? I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but there was a we have a spot UV, so there's this really cool kind of reflection across the logo and like this cool laser stuff. This was misprinted, and so they were just kind of showing us the test and stuff. It was looking good. Um, these are, I've been meaning to show these off to people. Oh, Jonathan knows yeah, Mournfang or Stonehorn. Okay, so before I get back into Stars of Aquarius, let me take a little bit of a side rant. So obviously, Jonathan, you play a little bit of Age of Sigmar. I tried to play it, but I wish that the game was more fun. Like the game is just not very fun. So I had who was I, like the Beast Claw Raiders, I think. Yeah, I think that was my faction I chose. And literally all I did was like run into the nearest enemies, roll dice, kill them, run to the next head. Like I didn't actually make any decisions. It was like complex because there's a million rules, but there's no like interesting decisions. So I want to love Warhammer so badly, but I can't get over the fact, like the game system, just can't get over the game system amount. And yes, I do want to play Warhammer, Total Warhammer. Just 1 second, I was just in the middle of a conversation when I started the stream, and I didn't tell him I was on a stream. Okay, so back to Aquarius. Oh, back to Aquarius. So the we have these kind of translation packs where inside of each translation pack there's like the massive scenario book, and then there's cards, and then there's the rule book. It's very neat. You're gonna see these rule books like completely translated. I hope, guys, I don't read these languages. I hope the translations are like serviceable for you out there who got this. we lost so much money on these translation packs. Oh well, that's okay. Live and learn. So anyways, these are currently the last thing in the production pipeline. They are being compiled right as we speak. Yeah, March the 2nd. And I've been told that, well, and the game is also, sorry, all of our boxes are in the different parts of the warehouse, ready to get onto a boat. Um, and so it's exciting. I want the game to come. We're estimating May, June delivery date, so that will be sweet once that happens. Um, it'll be fantastic. So if you need to update your address and you haven't yet told us, when you're thinking about the May and June delivery, please email hello at Whom Games. Games. Did I say whom? Hello at oomgames.com. And I'm going to just pin this here. Okay, so that's the email you need to email if you want to, if you want to change your address. And let me just share, I'm going to share, there's a link here. And Jonathan's wondering if he missed something. He starts with Aquarius Mythwind, and we kind of like soft. Okay, before we get into the third bit, Mythwind. Hey, where are we at with Mythwind? We posted an update just yesterday about the project. There has been a lot of development on the game, tons of development on the game, and so. Let me speak about a few kind of large aspects of the game development. So we noticed that in Mythwind, the resource track, it was only going from 0 to 5. So this meant that any change on the resource track was at minimum a 20% increase or decrease. It's like significant. And so we've changed the resource track to be 0 to 10. So we get a little bit more up and down swingy resources, not swinging in a bad way, just a little bit more dynamic movement of the resources. Really, really important to do that. So it kind of freezes up to make sure that things that cost more will feel like they cost more and vice versa. It also allows us to kind of use resources a little bit more liberally in events and adventures in Mythwind, and we've been really happy about that. The second really significant change to Mythwind was all about the how the actions tie into one another. So currently, in like the Mythwind beta right now that we had a handful of people just finish up playing, you would perform a town action with your character, right? So you go on an adventure or you do a town development, or use building or do recruiting, and that would trigger a character action. So you think of like a game like Scythe, where there's like a top action, bottom action, kind of interaction. So that's the trigger that would happen. So on the farmer, if you go adventure, you would tend a plant, and theoretically sound good, and even in practice, it was mostly good. The piece that kind of hung up, it's different. Like every character kind of has these different flows where sometimes you want to maybe harvest 2 turns in a row, but doing that with the town action, it just kind of created these weird circumstances where you would maybe perform a town action that you didn't necessarily want to do, but you would do it anyways. And so what we ended up doing with Mythwind was the town actions all have an alignment. We've aligned them with either kind of workers or sprites, and our player actions actually already had an alignment, because you can use a worker or sprite die to kind of activate an action outside of what your character does. And so what happens, right, when you use the adventure action, it's aligned to the sprites. You can actually use you can choose one of the 3 actions that are aligned to sprites on your player board. And we do this for all the characters. So it just kind of frees things up, makes things like real snappy. It's really exciting. And, it's been neat to see. And if you want to read more about it, just make sure to go and check out the update on Kickstarter. I'll just post it in the link below. I'm not too sure if you can actually like link through on YouTube. So really, really happy with that. We had to delay kind of our production timeline, like a month or so. And so hopefully it doesn't get more delayed. It's a big game with a lot of unique elements and then like a whole layer of like persistence, never endingness to it. So we just want to make sure that it's fun, fun and finished. And we're getting there. A couple of our characters are quite fun. Some are moderately fun, and then there's like one or two that are not fun at all at the moment. But the promise of fun is there. So we're working through that. Kind of interesting. I think we're finished. Well, sorry, not finished. We're almost finished with the artwork for Mythwind, which is kind of a nice, a big milestone to kind of check off, and really excited about that. The writing's been going well. You know, we have two kind of part-time writers, and then Nathan's also kind of leading the writing team. So that's been very productive on Mythwind, and so we've been happy with that. And the pledge manager, the pledge manager will be open until at least probably till the summer. We're gonna keep it open till kind of the last possible moment. So you just let us know. Well, we'll let you know when the pledge manager closes. And then Jonathan, you asked about the 3 projects: Stars of Aquarius, Mythwind. Did I miss something? You should go back and watch the previous stream, or you can catch it on Spotify if you'd rather do Spotify. So maybe on iTunes too, the OOMM game stream. But we have, I don't even know if, oh yeah, it's right here. Okay. So a couple weeks ago, we announced Stone Saga, and this game isn't coming to Kickstarter until we're not 100% sure. Probably Q3 ish. It's gonna be a couple months after the Aquarius delivers, after Stars of Aquarius delivers, and people have lots of fun on it. And so Stone Saga, it's a cooperative survival crafting board game with legacy elements. It's really neat. We're excited to show more. We're doing a massive playtest this week on it, and the game's looking great. Art's looking fantastic. We have 2 designers on it, Max Brook and Luke Eddy. They both are previous Fantasy Flight Games designer. So Max Brook, he worked on Star Wars 2nd edition, and a couple RPGs as well. And Luke Eddy worked on Star Wars Legion, I believe, and I think some other stuff, which I should know. But Stone Saga is being developed by those 2, and we're excited about it. It'll be fun. And so for those of you who are like, oh, how are we doing this? Can we have like different teams, right? So Aquarius, there's no development happening on it right now. Well, actually, our app is getting finished at the moment. So the app is getting finished, and I just hired a sound engineer. He is doing all of the backing tracks for it, so it kind of compose some unique audio tracks, which is real cool. And so that's happening there. Mythwind, we have myself, Nathan, and Babis, who are doing game development on it. And then we have our 2 artists kind of finishing up. And then Stone Saga, we have Max and Luke doing game design. And then we have an artist, Andrea. He's hanging out. Well, he's hanging out. He's doing work for us. And then our graphic designers are the ones who like float between projects. And I guess I do too. But the graphic designers float as far as like actual work goes on Stone Saga and on Mythwind, and on any other future projects that we're working on. Yeah, so that's a little bit of Stone Saga. Yeah, Paul, I'm excited to get you in the game. Should be fun. Maybe we'll do a stream with you on TTS before we launch, and we can get Max and Luke and you and I, and we can do actually, what is that? Is that 5 people? 4 people? 4 people. Gameplays for 1 to 5 players. So it could be lots of fun. Jonathan's asking, hey Jonathan, SOA expansions, Stars of Aquarius expansions. I hope so. There's a lot of content in this game. There's a lot of content in Stars of Aquarius, and I'll be honest. I'm like, I don't know if I'm nervous. I'm curious. It's been, we're 2 months, almost, sorry, not 2 months, um, 2 years from when we launched on Kickstarter. Isn't that insane? Marks like the beginning of the pandemic, right? Pandemic really swept the world about 2 years ago. And then we launched, and it was great. The reception was fantastic for Aquarius, and then Frosthaven launched 2 weeks afterwards, and the reception was a little bit better for Frosthaven, but hey, understandable. And but it's been 2 years, and we're so stoked with how the game has come out. There's obviously there's like a few things that I wish I would have done a little bit differently, but I think people are gonna have lots of fun with it. Um, so optimistically, game comes in. We have I think like 2,000 copies left over after our print run. Hopefully, people snatch those up because that's all we have. It's an expensive game to make, and so hopefully people snatch those up. And then the plan is, if things go well and if the reception on the game is good and people enjoy it and people want it, we're gonna do another Kickstarter campaign. You see Unsettled right now. Unsettled, just I think they just went back to Kickstarter with their original work, and then with some uh, original work and some expansions, I think, with Unsettled. So the plan would be to. I'm not too sure if I would do an expansion or just like a 1.5 version of Aquarius. Yeah, I'm not too sure. And the reason why I would maybe not do an expansion, even though I think I have a really good idea for an expansion right now, is that, well, one, it's just like it's big and it's beefy, and I think that there is a strong um, longevity to Stars of Icarios because of the app. Because we're allowing players to develop their own scenarios, upload them, share them, even their own like mini campaigns, right? And it's gonna be buggy, but we're optimistic that we can kind of figure it out, and I think there's gonna be something special to that app. And we'll see. Maybe people don't dig it, maybe people do, but we're excited. Yeah, Jonathan saying Acarios Haven. What I was actually gonna do, I think it was it April 1st? Yeah, April 1st when both the campaigns were live. I was gonna like do like a fool saying, "Hey, we're releasing an expansion called Starhaven," and just like Gloomhaven, Gloomhaven in space. Oh wait a second, was that the pitch of Acarios? No, no, that wasn't. Um, so we'll see how people respond to the game. I'm excited and nervous all at once for people to get Acarios. Open up the boxes for reviews to come in. It'll be real cool. Hey, well, uh, that's it from me. It doesn't seem like anyone else has any other questions. So, hey, team, thanks for joining in for another little live stream show. It's great. If you have any, questions, just make sure to join our Discord or Facebook groups. And then we also have, our website's kind of been refreshed at oomgames.com. You can see stuff there and order our games, Aquarius and Mythwind through there. Cool. All right, everyone, take care.